The way he described that he was stalking you at the start, he should have been in jail. From the studio that Trini Inspiration calls home, welcome to the Errol Fabian Studio, and welcome to episode 13 of Trini Inspiration. My name is Fazeer, and I have, I'm seeing double in studio today because we have not just two guests, but two guests who can aptly be described as a power couple in almost every regard. They are a power couple, figuratively speaking, in that their love seemingly knows no boundaries as a married couple, but they are also a power couple quite literally, in the sense that I think she could probably just as well bench press him, or at least maybe rack him on a leg press or something of the sort, just as easily as he would her as well. We are joined in studio by social media influencers and power couple Reshma and her husband. Yes, I put her name first. Reshma and her husband Imran, who is more commonly known as By Imran. Welcome to Trini Inspiration.
Thank you.
It is a pleasure having you all in studio, and having described you all as a power couple, I think that's probably the first time I've seen you blush like that, Imran.
This woman makes me blush every single day. From the first day we met till this day, 10 years later, I'm still blushing.
Well, that is the starting point of our conversation, because I think most folks would expect us to start the conversation by talking about something gym related or fitness related. I want to talk with you all first and foremost about your bond, your relationship, your marriage. Imran, what struck me the most of all the conversations I've ever had with you was the way that you speak, and continues to be the way that you speak about your wife in her presence and especially behind her back. And I think that in this day and age, when there is so much marriage and relationship negativity,
yes,
and there are arguments to be made against marriage in this modern day and age, you guys are a sterling and stellar example of what a union should be. Not defined by what society thinks you should be,
right,
but you make your own rules and as you go along and define your own lives. How did this power couple story begin?
Well, I could do it all over again, and I could remember just like it happened last day. Because honestly, I could do this. You really want to hear?
I want to hear.
You want to hear the full thing?
I want to hear.
Okay,
Let
so
me just say first.
let's say first.
He was the guy, the typical guy that stalked me everywhere I went. That's how it started.
Yeah.
Seriously. Stalked me
So
everywhere.
before I met Reshma, I used to stalk Reshma, literally be there when she's there. Call a friend, Reshma will be in that place tonight, I'm coming. Make myself present, just so she'll recognize me, see the face, see the body, and get kind of make sure that she sees me, even though she don't see me, I'll make myself noticeable. Eventually, after a couple of years, it happened, meaning that, hi, you want to come to the gym? But obviously, she never came to the gym then. We end up going out on a date. Now, the thing about it is that, the funny thing about going out on a date is that is this the right woman for you? Obviously, at that age, you're like, I was always the one who wanted an older woman. I wanted a person, I want to settle down fast in life because I have a goal, I have a drive. But I feel like the woman figure next to me is the person I need to complete it. So yes, I did have other dates that night. So Reshma was date number 2. So straight out immediately, she stopped me and she said, so you're leaving here to go on next date? I'm like, yeah, I'm going to my next date. So what am I, 1, 2, or 3? I said, you're 2. So I was like literally so genuine, so honest. The honest was like they want. Now I had to, small lie, big lie, it's still a lie. So I said, yo, 2, I have to go and meet a next client now, but a next girl now at Trotters. And I started to stutter because now I realize I've done something wrong. She's upset. She said, can you just drop me home, please? I like, sure, no problem. I'll see you next time. And I was just young, single, so I just went to the next date. Now, obviously, yes, after a couple of months, I left it there, let it pass. And we finally get back, one of our friends kind of reintroduced us back to each other. He said, nah, boy, we just can't let that end so. Reshma has come back to Trinidad. She went to Canada. Meet her here on Tribe Cruise. They have a down the islands. Meet her on that boat for me. So friends were literally there to put things in place. I said, I'm not going to mess this up. I'm not going to mess this up. Busy love of my life. I mean, when a man tried that hard, we talking about 12 years ago. So I was like, okay. Went on the cruise trip. Had a good night. And then woo Reshma, basically woo her. Said everything right and did everything right just to get in her good books. Then I lied about my age. Because I was like, she's older than me by 4 years. She wouldn't be attracted to me. I'm young. I'm like a baby in front of her. I was really, 23, and she was 27 or 20, going on 28. Right? So I was like, Reshma will never be interested in me. She's like, who's this little boy? This boy just, So I was like, here what? She was like, how old do you think I am? She said 28. I said, well, how you know? You guessed it right. So I just went with the flow. So obviously, I'm a party man at that time on certain committees, 51 degrees, going certain Fred's November 3 member committees, and I'm in these parties that she would be in. And I was like, again, being a nice person, Reshma, do you want to come to a birthday party with my friends? And carrying her to the birthday party, not realizing that the guy who is in the birthday party is not going to turn 23. So Reshma responds, how would you be in a 23-year-old birthday party if you're 28? I say, well, that was my partner friend. And I said, nah, we'll never talk to you in the corner. So we went outside. She said, you lied. I said, yeah, but if I didn't lie, I would have lost you. She's like, what do you mean? I said, because if I told you I was really 22, going on 23, you would have said, little boy, go from here. So I had to lie, and now, showing her how mature I was for 22, going on 23, she was like, okay, I see the maturity, but I don't like people who lie, so don't ever do that again. And honestly, from that day to now, have I ever lied about something with us? No. Never. I share everything. I go in the gym, I tell her. I see something, I tell her. She knows everything. I'm talking to a client, I'm on speakerphone. She hears what the client's saying. That is how transparent I am with my wife. She needs to know everything. That's how because at the end, I don't think nothing should be hidden from your wife. It causes problems. Don't ever put yourself in a position. All right, so yes, I'm a party animal. Yes, I used to be in every fete. You name it, country club. Bacchanal Wednesday. The whole week. You just name every carnival fete. You name any fete that was coming to Trinidad, I would have been there. But at the same time, you get older. You get wiser and you realize that I don't want that life anymore. That was a phase in your life. And meeting Reshma, honestly, I said, this is time to settle down. I want to marry you. In less than a year, meeting Reshma's father, I asked him, let me have your daughter's hand in marriage. A year. We stayed by the house for 6 months after, and then I bought my house after. So I moved from Freeport to Chaguanas. And the thing about it is that since basically, being self-made meaning that come from nothing. My mom and dad had a bad divorce when I was 7. Growing up as a Muslim in a Muslim family, after a certain age, you can't live in the same bedroom as your sisters, so you would move to the next part of the house. Dad was never a dad figure there for me. Never really had anything growing up, so I made myself someone. And personal training for me, my mom was the one who pushed business. Imran, do business. Next day doing personal training, and I wait for long and damage your foot, and I say the career done. Mommy just think. It's like, Imran, next day doing bench press, and you rip your chest with some muscle, and you wait it here, and you have to see medical support, have business, have something to fall back on, which I totally agree. So obviously you must listen to mommy, and always listen to your parents. I went and did a bachelor's degree in SBCS, but never even finished. Did 2 years, and said, mommy, this is not for me. And again, my mother sympathized. She's like, Imran, why? How you can say that? Like, mommy, that is not for me. And Reshma, being a full bottomist at that time, working in West Shore, taking blood. How we met? I mean, me party animal, me still continue my life wanting to be a fitness specialist. Obviously, you're still young and single, so things are going well with Reshma. And being with Reshma, she grew me because she's older. So where I couldn't see the fall shows where I was falling and where I could have failed, she pulled my socks up, which I have no problem with. Remember, when you have your man, you have a vision, right? Yes, you have a vision, but she sees the people who want to take that vision from you. Calm down. Don't give out all your secrets. Hold back. Don't do this. Don't spend that money there. You don't need to buy that right, or you need rims for your car. I like, God, I let rims and go hurt. You know, she would see the unnecessary spending. And listen, she was with me.
Only ones.
Yeah, and she was there from the beginning. And honestly, we have had hard times. Who couple doesn't have hard times? The smallest things in a relationship really makes the problem. But you make it work. I always tell people, like I tell my clients, make it work. It will always work out in the end. And we learn our lesson by, being the couple that we are. We love to give help to other couples. But we stop doing that. Why do we stop doing that? Because you know why? When that couple get back together, which they do, you end up getting basically that person who they talk about, like, Imran was giving input and Imran had nothing good to say about you. And then Reshma was saying, yeah, you better go that way and run that way. So we stopped giving that couples advice. We said, here, what? Live your best life. Do what you have to do. Work hard. Do you. I mean, we have a lot of hate coming left, right, and center. We have a lot of hate coming from because what I do, what I believe in. I'm a personal trainer since 2001. This year, December, will be 19 years. I'm helping people change their lives. So before I was personal trainer, yes, the anatomy and the physiology and the biomechanics of muscle work. Now you're a transformation coach. But what you're doing, you live a lifestyle. I am not a dietitian. I'm a fitness specialist. But you have lived a lifestyle where you have eaten healthy. Your lifestyle is clean. The way you train, the way you have, you basically open a company and put your wife as the face of the company. She brand these supplements. You know about muscle milk in Trinidad? What supplements you used to know about? When I grew up in supplement, I used to know about EAS, Phosphagen HP, Metrex. What was your age in that time growing up?
I didn't know about any supplements.
Universal.
At that time.
I think Universal you would know about.
Possibly.
I think the general public would know about Universal. And today, I would be shopping at these past supplement stores. I would go buy Ogis. I would go buy, the pharmacy and pick up my animal pack, 13 tablets in one pack. And you go into the gym and you're feeling like Hulk lifting it because you're taking these 13 tablets, like, mind over matter. And the thing about it is like, you grew, and you realize that, I'm a personal trainer. I love helping people. And it's not like the money was the face front of this, because the passion, I work 16 hours a day. And if my wife tell me don't stop, I don't stop. So she puts a cutoff when I reach home, take that phone off. And I have no problem doing it. Why? I said, but baby, I'll keep it on to do a little marketing and Instagram and social media and stuff and market the business. But she knows the point where give your clients up to a certain time. So I would say that this marriage, without Reshma in it, it wouldn't be successful. Business and marriage. Why? Because when it comes to the business, she helped me to stay grounded. She helped me to grow. She helped me to open more branches. Obviously, we have hate. We have haters. We don't study them. We reach that age where I'm too busy worrying about my own personal vendetta that I don't have time to study yours. So when you hear Tom, Dick, and Harry say, what about you? I don't have time to study them. I'm too focused on my shit to make sure that is good. And that is good for the future, that I don't really have time to see or hear what you are saying about me. So Imran this, Imran that, Reshma this, Reshma that. Listen, life is a journey. It's an experience. It's one of the best experiences. It will have its ups. It will have its downs. It will lick you down. Boy, it's not strong. Don't look at all this muscle and believe it's the muscle. This is what gets you back up. And this mind of mine and us together, we can move mountains. Because I'll tell you something. From going from one store in 2012, we're in 2013 to 2020, 7 years. We now have 5 stores and distribution rights. Meaning that we can distribute to anywhere in the world. supplementing. So you went from 5 retail stores, now you distribute to pharmacies and groceries in Trinidad.
So let me press pause there for 1 second, right, and just make mention of this. It is not very often that and it's not usually very cool or commonplace to hear men in this very machismo society speak this way so willingly, freely, and openly of not just their wife, but the woman folk in their lives. And Imran has not just given all of the kudos there in this opening to his wife, Reshma, but what he has also done there is also break down some of the stereotypes that are associated with what is supposed to be a macho man. Who is more macho than this physique that is in front of us here? And he has broken all of that down. So any gentlemen, any young boys, any men looking on at the show today, and you think that you need to be a certain way, or that your manliness or manhood is defined by certain chauvinistic or sexist beliefs and views, etc. None of that applies in this day and age. And there are very many men, let me put this in another way, right? These days, we have been brainwashed into the narrative that we are a self-made man. And I want to dispel that narrative immediately, just based on what Imran has said. Yes, we may grow ourselves and our own businesses, etc. But even in this moment, as a self-made man, Imran has identified Reshma as being key and integral to his success. And even if she wasn't there by his side, there would have been people who would have helped him along the way in small measures, of course. So there is no such thing as a self-made individual, because to say that you are self-made denies any assistance, any help, any support from anybody. And here it is, you have a man who is, by physique definition alone, a man in every sense of the word, giving full, unadulterated, 100% kudos to his wife. Imran, I need you to pull a zip on your mouth for a few seconds. Reshma, to hear your husband speak like that of you, how do you feel in this moment? And in all of the moments, because this is not the first time.
Yeah, I always say I'm blessed. Like, I don't know what I did to deserve Imran. Because even though you heard the story with the lies about the age and, besides he's stalking me, and I was like, oh my God, no. I can't handle this guy around me. My friends, I used to tell him in the party, oh, Imran's coming, oh my God, hide me. He used to irritate the hell out of me. Because every time he come, he used to be like, hold my stomach, because I was skinny, I was 92 pounds, no fat on me. When you come to the gym? I was like, I don't need to come to the gym.
That was a pickup line.
That was a pickup line every time he see me, every weekend, every party. And I don't know, I think what drew me to him was, besides the spontaneous Imran, this is what drives me every day. He makes me laugh every minute, every day. I don't go to bed without smiling or laughing.
And I want to take a page from that as well, to say that to all the young ladies who are looking on at the show, Reshma has every reason to gloat about her husband's physique. And I hope you're paying attention to what was the top of the list. Not how he looks, not his body, not body positivity, not anything of the sort. A sense of humor and his ability to make you laugh. So ladies, if you're in a relationship right now, take it from this power couple. The question you should be asking yourself is, does he make you laugh? Does he make a rough day seem better?
Yes.
That makes a lot of sense what you say there.
Yeah.
Because you have some times where, yes, you have the money. Yes, you work hard. Yeah. But when you come home and you see this face, I can be like, whatever happened, yes? So if you want the protein, take the protein. I ain't good. So I don't want me with this woman. I really care.
Let's go into meme culture. We can't be talking about you all as a couple and not talk about that infamous video, right? That circulated the globe.
Yeah, it went viral.
In case you missed it, Imran and his wife were goofing off at the gym, right? Imran, as you would know if you follow his brand, right? That's a normal thing for them, a normal Monday. and they're goofing off at the gym, and you know, he is also her trainer, which is not something that the normal man should ever attempt. We'll talk about that later, right? But they're goofing off at the gym, so while she's doing her exercises and stuff like that, this is his wife, he starts groping her and that sort of stuff. And next thing you know, well, the first time I saw this video, it came to me, I think, in Chinese, in some sort of Chinese or Mandarin language or something of the sort. And there was some English subtitle on the bottom where they were saying, these are the personal trainers to stay away from. Look at how this man is training this girl and violating her. But they didn't know this is husband and wife. And this made the global circuit.
Over 42 million views.
How did you all feel in that moment though?
Well, it was filmed at Long Cycle more just a guy again, just filming me training Reshma, and like people were like, that is a lot of hands-on. You know, if you had a caption to say that was hands-on. That's what we call hands-on personal training.
Right?
No, don't get me
What
wrong.
was the caption?
The caption was how trainers train their clients in 2017. Because that video has been circulated for 3 years and it's growing and growing. It's like, it's just 42 million now, and that was just Brazil. Brazil had 42 million because our clients and suppliers from Brazil was like 42 million alone. We know you. We know. And when they came here, they're like, I see you. I know you. So it's like, it was funny. And then when you go to shows and you go to Vegas and you see her in these shows, they were like, hands on. You're the man. You're the man, boy. Because he was like for people who didn't know, Reshma is my wife. They would see that.
That was wrong.
That's how you train your clients? That is hands-on. I would not send my wife to you at all. and if that's how you look, and that's the kind of attention you give personal training, that's a different type of personal training. So I wouldn't be sending my wife for that.
Yeah, that's very, in fact, that might even be too personal.
Yeah, too personal. People were like, the comments were like, he should be sued. I would never, that gym should shut down. The comments was
hilarious.
But
God.
That's a classic case of people having license to comment and using it without first taking the time to understand or to get to know. But you know what? We've talked about the both of you as a couple, and we could sum up this conversation by, to use the young people jargon, you know, the young people language, hashtag couple rules. Real nice way to sum it up. But I want to ask a very important question to the both of you. I'm not sure which of you would want to take the question first. But we're talking about fitness now, right? How has fitness and the gym, and not just the gym, that's just the physical, but the entire fitness lifestyle, how has this inspired and impacted your lives as individuals first?
Wow. All right, I'll take this one. Fitness made a positive impact in my life. I never know fitness. I wake up every day feeling healthy. I wake up every day not feeling tired. Like I don't want to live. I don't have something like Monday blues. There's nothing like Monday blues with me. It made me feel very confident in myself as a person. It made me carry about myself a different way. And you know, I will quote from Jay Shetty here. One of his, because I listen to him a lot and I really like him. Him and Gary Vee. Gary Vee is a little more harsh than him though. He's more out there and he tells you it blatantly. But Gary Vee is a monk. So he tells you more in like the way you want to hear it. He can relate to a person, and he said, you know, don't study what people say because it will inhibit growth. Yeah. Meaning that if you study these 4 words, what would people think? That 4 words, what would people think? To tell you the truth, fitness was my best decision I could have ever made in my life. Walking to the gym and asking for a job that day in Fitness Center Diego Martin was the best thing that ever happened to me. Because I don't go by doctors. I don't get sick. Can you tell me when last did I ever go by a doctor? Hard work. Stress comes with hard work. So the most time I go by a doctor for is maybe for Xanax. but at the end of the day, come on, at the end of the day, growth comes with that. And if you can't handle the pressure, then that's not for you. But fitness has helped me change people. And it has helped me with my wife. It has helped me with my family. It has bring a different, I wouldn't have try any other lifestyle. I love my job. I get up every morning and say I'm the happiest man alive. Because I have a woman who's in that lifestyle with me. I have a woman who can relate to what I do. And I know I have the world basically showing them what I do. the fitness after 19 years is eventually paying off. So a lot of hard work, a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of ups and downs, a lot of trials and tribulations, a lot of problems. But guess what? Because being a fitness coach is not just being a fitness coach or personal trainer or fitness specialist. When someone's hire you to be their fitness specialist or their personal trainer, you have to be their everything. Let me give you a little insight to that. You have to be their therapist. I'll tell you a little bit about that later. You have to also provide them results because they're paying you for a service, not to talk online, but at the same time, some of them get very close to you in a sense where, I mean, you are doing a job and a service, but these people are...
Yeah, you build a relationship.
You build a relationship. It's only human for you to get close to some of them. You literally have to help them with any sort of domestic, in-house abuse or violence, anxiety, sleep insomnia. They call you 11 o'clock in the night. Hi, I'm in movie time. I'm going to have chicken and chips. Can I take all the crust from the chicken and salute it? 11 o'clock. It's 12 o'clock, Imran. I want to have a snack and have popcorn. I don't think you need to call me for that, though. But you see, I put myself there. And I like it like that. Because I've always opened up myself and said, fitness is the best thing happened to me. I am here to help you. So don't go and do the wrong thing. Call me. If you're not sure, call me. I tell my clients on a daily basis, do not text me. Call me. My phone literally is open 24/7. I really put myself out there, so I don't really blame the client for calling 12 o'clock. Imran, can I have a hot dog? What type of hot dog are you talking about, ma'am? It's 12 o'clock. You know? I know about hot dog. So if you're having a hot dog and it's not on your dad, then you can't have it. I mean, but I said, you don't need me to tell you that. You see, it's that when you say personal trainer, that thing, personal trainer, that fitness, that you change, you know, just to free to change a person's life and give that person confidence. They now can dress how they want, look how they want, feel how they want in their own skin. They're happy in their own skin now. That they can wear on a t-shirt and they're not holding the love handles. They can wear on a dress and it's holding their body how they want it to hold. It actually makes me very emotional because I see it, but I'm not that type of guy to cry, but I feel for them. Because they're like, Imran, thank you. I really couldn't do this out here. You're really guiding me. And, you know, and I've had several clients who actually came to me for a reason and it happened. So some of them came to me to lose weight, they got pregnant and they got pregnant. So alhamdulillah for that. That was actually my job. Listen, I can never say I can sit on behind a desk and work. You know, God cut people off to do different things. You want a man to dig a trench? Ask you what I say. I say this all the time.
You'd have somebody to pay to do that.
It have somebody. I say, who gonna cut down trying to tree? Me? Pay a man to do that. Dig a trench, it have people to do that. You want somebody to, I'm not going to put on that and fall off. It have people to pay for that. So I look at it that everybody have their own journey to live, their own life to live, their own skill. Me, I choose fitness. But to me, I'll tell you one thing. You marry into fitness, you'll never have a problem in your life. I know it might seem a little corny, but you marry fitness. I marry fitness. I made fitness, watch me. The house can be burning down. And we in the gym, I come in, we'll finish your workout first, I'll meet you later. I'm not saying we don't make nothing a problem, but we have gotten so much into ourselves and how we look and how we feel, and because we have never really had a problem or complication in life growing up being fit. So fitness have actually brought a different side to us where we see and we feel and everything is really good. I mean, we are very transparent. Every couple have their arguments. Every couple have their problems. But it's these small minor things that make the problem. What we call about, she'll tell you.
Is it safe to say though, Imran, that that fitness has made you, firstly, a better person, helped you to solidify yourself, your own personality,
yes,
get you on a straight and narrow and keep you focused.
Yes, I was shy. I was a very shy guy.
And thereafter, you're now reaping the benefits because now you're able to extend that same feeling to everybody else.
At the beginning, I was shy. I wasn't able to do a body fat test for you. I was afraid to touch you as a person. Like, I would be like, oh, today's your body fat test. Come, you can just have a seat there. I'll be like, yo, sit down. I'm coming just now. I'm not saying I got cocky. I'm just saying now, right from wrong. And, I have clients. Let me tell you, clients come to me for the cuss. I know I can't cuss on this program.
Yeah.
Clients come for me. Say, listen, I want that kind of buffy with buffing I girl yesterday on IGTV. I love how you push. I want that. Because my man can't give me that. My husband can't push me so. And if he push me so, me and he go fall out. Same thing I'm trying to tell you. So I could train my wife because we have something special. Yeah. You know what Reshma walked in the gym and told me live in front of my customers? Do not train me as your wife. When I'm here, I'm not your wife. I'm a client. Because she feels that if I train her as a wife, I will take it easy on her.
So, Reshma, this is a real perfect opportunity now to hear from you. What has fitness done for you personally, and how has it affected all the other areas and aspects of your life, including living with this man called Imran?
When I joined fitness, it's because of Imran. So I saw something in him, like this hustle he has is like overwhelmed. And the word I'm trying to find the right word for you. This strong mind he has, it's unbreakable. Yeah. Like with two of us together, I think that's why we always say we are the power couple, and we can't they can't break us. Yeah. We always have
she
something
always have
new.
My back. Like it's always there. Like we don't ever get comfortable because I kind of Reshma was never like that, but I kind of instilled that in her, and like she got like that because she feed off of me. Yeah. So Reshma was that type.
From my shyness, I became brave, and I became that boss lady that he probably wanted me to be, or think that I was already when he met me because of the age, right?
I'm so glad to hear you all say this, because from the start of the conversation, what we would have gotten would have been how Imran was able to benefit, and now we're able to come full circle to talk about how she has taken and adapted some of your traits, Imran.
So, for example, I follow in his footsteps, but in 2019, he followed in my footsteps.
Oh yeah, going on the stage and winning my WBFF.
So my whole journey started where, every girl have a mentor, or every girl pull up an Instagram picture and a magazine, I want to look like that person. So my first mentor was this girl named Jamie Eason. When we opened our store, store in Shogunas, that's our main branch now, I put her poster on my door and said, Imran, I want to look like that. I was 92 pounds. I was skinny like a whip, I just was so driven by this body. Like, I want to look like that. Even though in my mind, because I preach every day, use the picture as a motivation. You may not look like exactly like that because everybody's different.
Right.
I'm Indian. This girl is a white girl mixed with probably a Brazilian. You don't know. Yeah. So genetics have a big thing, I think, personally, to play. And a couple of years, like, customers come in and they're like, why you don't enter a competition? Why you don't enter a competition? It's like, no, I don't want to do that. I want to live a lifestyle and inspire women to look good every day, not only on a stage. Have that goal every day. And that's what we are doing right now. We are living that lifestyle, and we have been living that lifestyle for 10 years and more.
You see how she looks?
So I wanted to compete. So I went to Olympia. And I saw all these supermodels, all these Instagram famous girls who you probably would see too on fitness. And I met them. I was like, Imran, that's how they look. But I look like that. Because I'm seeing these girls real. Yeah. No tan, no makeup,
no filters,
no the glam, no behind the camera. I'm seeing them in front of me talking to these people. And they're like, oh, I love your tan. I'm like, no, I'm from the Caribbean. This is natural. And they're like, wow, you compete. Because they thought I compete because how I look, right? And I was like, no. So I left Olympia and I was, Imran, I want to compete. I get so motivated by hearing they telling me, my mentors, And I had this one girl, after 4 years into fitness training, was now like, 120, 150, something there, 108. It's like, I want to go and compete next to Adriana Brazier.
That's my mentor.
Biggest mentor, right? If COVID didn't happen, I would have been in Dubai in March with her, training, and because we talk now, So I contacted her, her husband, which was her coach also. So they were so similar to us, like.
So that energy does not lie.
Yeah, I contacted him, and I used to always comment on this girl, oh, what shoes you using there to run? Because I was new to fitness 4 years. It's like eating doubles and going to the gym, That was the lifestyle I was living there, But things change when you really get in and you get the word chronic. You know, you
Chronic.
want that body.
Become obsessed.
Chronic,
We just don't want
obsessed.
motivated.
Yeah.
We don't want to just to like gym. I want you to become so obsessed about gym.
Yeah.
That is where we can break it. So when you become obsessed about it,
Yes, I contacted her husband, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I saw you commenting all the time, Body by Imran. Who's Body by Imran?" I was like, "My husband. He's also a personal trainer like yourself. They live in UK at that time." And I contacted him. I asked him about training. I want to do this WFF competition. The next one that was coming close was Worlds, which is the biggest show
In
of
Vegas.
all. They have like over every month have a show, every week have a show in different countries, different states.
but
right?
Vegas was the
Worldwide.
biggest.
Well, Vegas is the biggest show that they had, and I told him, okay, I'm going to train to that. I want to compete next to your wife. So it's a pro AM. So pro and amateur. So I was an amateur going into a pro level. And his wife win every single year. She looked that good. You know, so I wanted to go. This girl is Brazilian, mixed with white, mixed with English,
Brazilian
some
white,
kind of thing, yeah.
The body.
He know his stuff. I learned so much from him. I think Imran even learned some tips and tricks from him. Being that stage level now, you know, besides
because I've never trained anybody
Yeah.
for competition.
Yeah.
I've always trained people to live a healthy lifestyle.
Reason why I got a coach. Because I was like, okay, I'm
Because
going
I
to
will be
win
able
this
to
thing,
help
you know,
with that.
Imran. We don't know what to do. Let's get a coach. So he and Imran actually understood each other a little more than what he was telling me. So that he helped me.
Yeah.
And my coach always tell me, thank God for your husband. Because
Yeah.
he helped me with all these
I put with the
fancy
training
words
and getting through the whole thing.
Yeah. So I competed and I placed first.
Wow.
Yeah, I placed first.
Against your mentor.
Yeah, I beat her. I placed first and won my pro card and won, and that was like overwhelmed.
That was a good
I
thing
think
for her. That was
that
a big
blew up
difference.
Trinidad. That blew up my followers.
I
Yeah,
was
they couldn't
in I
believe
was
it, you
in
know.
Vegas
Yeah.
in the Cosmopolitan
Doing all my
Hotel
interviews.
doing her interviews for with CNC3, with
Newspaper,
TV6,
Guardian,
with newspaper.
everybody.
Everybody called
Yeah.
me on. I don't know how they got my number, but everybody called my number. And when she came back to Trinidad, she had the interview with everybody. They came to the store in Arpita Avenue and they did interview her right there.
Wow.
So they pull everything from social media and he
Yeah.
was doing all interviews because I was so overwhelmed. I don't want to talk to anybody, right? I just want to celebrate now and have this cheat meal.
Yeah, let's cheat me. Let's refeed.
Meal, which is
You know?
donuts. I'm a big fanatic of donuts, if you know me.
Now, I just want to say that their story
Yeah.
doesn't have to be your story, in that this is what they have gotten and how they feel that they have benefited best from their fitness lifestyle and their fitness journey. And I say journey because it is ongoing. There's no end mark, right? But your journey could be different. Fitness could bring you different benefits, different perks, and different feelings altogether. It starts with a little bit of motivation, and if you're lacking the motivation, Imran and Reshma would be able to help. Even if you don't get in touch with Imran and Reshma, they're not just here to talk about Body by Imran, but to talk about body positivity, to talk about health and wellness and fitness. So whatever motivation you're looking for, if you found it here today, no problem, great, we're delighted. If that means you end up with Imran or Reshma training with them, even better. If it doesn't, that's okay too. And if your story doesn't unfold in exactly the same way that theirs has unfolded, that is also okay. This has never been a comparison. It's always your journey. They're talking about living their best life, and they've spoken about their best life. Now it's time for you to start your fitness journey, or continue, or stay inspired, or stay motivated, or stay on track, or get back on track. Reminder to self. Get back on track and do what is necessary to have your journey and to live your best life. Because Imran mentioned the word health, and that his focus has always been on healthy lifestyles, and that is one of the notes that we would, as we near the end of the show today, would like to really resonate with you. This isn't about muscles, about bicep sizes, about glutes. It's not about that. This is, I mean, it's also about that too. It could also be about that too, right? But this is about you feeling your best, and because of that, now being able to live your best life. Reshma, Imran, in getting set to wrap up, the one last thing now, which you touched on earlier, is we've spoken about your inspiration as a couple, your inspiration individually, and we touched a little bit on how you have been inspiring others through the personal training. I would like to use this cue now to put up onto the screen a couple images of before and after shots. So this will be the first image that you're looking at right now. This is the before, and look at the after. Look at this transformation. We're going to skip now to our second image, and all of these images are being used, supplied to us by Imran and Reshma, and with, of course, permission from the persons whose pictures we are displaying. This is the before, this is the after, and sliding along now to our third image. Take a look at this. Take a look at this transformation. Before and after. And now zoom back to us here. Transforming lives. What people saw on screen was the physical transformation. What they can't see on screen is how each of those individuals and the countless hundreds others that you have already helped to transform, how it has benefited them in terms of their physique, in terms of their physiology, their biology, their health, their confidence, their ability to start living life and doing things that they were never able to do before, hike, do something fitness related, have children, have energy at the end of the day to dedicate towards a marriage, save a family. You guys are transforming lives, and I'm sure that if we spoke to each of these clients individually, they would all have a different story to tell.
Yes.
Now that you are in this position, you talked about Jay Shetty earlier. You're the Jay Shetty of fitness for many people, for all of your clients maybe, right? Being in that position and now being able to see your work pay off, your hard work, your diligence, your grit pay off, by being able to serve others, help others, uplift and inspire others. In this moment, thinking of that, how do you both feel?
Hard work pays off, but it's not the end. It's
I
not
feel,
the end yet.
I don't want to
though.
say I feel. I don't want to say I feel accomplished.
Yeah.
I know that there's so much more people
Yeah.
who want my help, and there's so much people I can't touch because it's only me. But we have touched many, not just hundreds. I would say more than that. It's like, you know, what helps me is when you have these older guys come, like the 62 all on, and he comes in, Imran, I have high blood pressure. Imran, I have high cholesterol. I can't eat, I can't live a certain lifestyle. I'm a teacher, I'm a principal. How could you assist for me? And I'm like, listen, in 3 months' time, you'll thank yourself you started this program. He said, why? 3 months later, I did a live feed with him in his store. He doesn't have high blood pressure again. He doesn't have cholesterol again. Now he went from a large to a small, rocking it tight, and he's now so confident in what he's doing. He's like, I'm happy for this, because not just the fact that you've lost weight, you feel healthier, now you're better, but generally for other people who have come to me who have lost tremendous amount of weight, the fact that they just want to lose weight because of how unhealthy they look, certain things like a bad sex life, that could be affected by being overweight. Just by being overweight, you could be, yes, a lot of people do not know your story. They don't know. That's the funny thing. We are judged, and we are judged based on how we look, and it's sad. That's society. So you see a guy with a belly, oh, he fat. You don't know if the guy have a thyroid problem. You don't know if the guy might be suffering from a complication that he can't control it. Yeah. But you're quick to judge. So I always tell people, don't be too quick to judge before you know that person's story. It's because you don't know what that person is going through. Yeah. And at the end of the day, what I have learned to see with my clients is that they get so much more energy. They're so much happier. You can see the confidence in their face. You watch it before and after pictures. They go from...
True. True.
It's like this, like a total change in their facial expression. They know they look sexier. They know they're healthier. And now they are addicted. Not as much as how I want them to be, or as me. They don't, remember, I don't expect my clients to be as good as me. I don't expect my clients to do exactly as I say. Remember, they are doing it for maybe 3 months, or they are doing it because they are paying for a service. Few get addicted and continue the lifestyle. But I'm always there for help, so they pick up the phone like, Imran, I just want to get a guidance on something. I saw this, I saw that. Could I have this? Could I eat that? Should I have that? Fine, that's what I'm here for. I've never left them stranded, but there's sometimes, you have to understand everybody's different. So a lot of people see people transformation like, but I haven't accomplished that yet. Why? And then you have to understand the people's life, the people's body, and what they're dealing with. So not just what you take or what you put in your body, how you live, your cortisol hormone levels, your stress levels. That, remember, you have to understand, that is a silent killer. That plays in your mind. People who have depression, the fluoxetine, the Zoloft, the medication you could be on could also make you gain weight. The Xanax you have to take so you don't get anxiety attack, and you have to live life like that. Some people who have domestic problems in house, these are the things that can affect a person. People who have polycystic ovaries, people who have hypoactive thyroidism, not hyper, but even though hyper can make you do the same thing. You don't know someone's story. So I always tell all my clients, don't judge yourself and don't compare yourself, because that person is completely different to you. But hear what you have accomplished in 3 months is far but amazing. I honestly, amazed by how you look. You're healthier, you're fitter. You can now take this knowledge and go and share it with your family. Share it with your friends. Make sure your niece and nephew don't get that way. Help your kids now, because they are the ones who you're living for. Some of them who came to me who couldn't get pregnant and now are pregnant because they had PCOS, so they couldn't get pregnant. The doctor said, before you do gastric bypass, you need to lose weight before you do the gastric. So some of them have never even reached to that point. Because when they came and see how they were losing the weight, they're like, well, just let me go, and it's a cheaper version. But at the same time, to each of his own. I live fitness, I breathe, eat, sleep, shed fitness, And at the end of the day, we are here to help people. We are here to break it down for them in a nutshell. The work speaks for itself. My work speaks volume. That alone is my calling card.
Clients are his calling card.
My clients are my calling card. There's no advertising of Body by Imran anywhere. You want to see me, you find me on social media, but there's no advertising of Body by Imran. My team who supports me, my assistant trainers like Marcus and Shivanan, my workers in my store, they do a really good job. Kudos to them, literally big respect from these guys have come and learned from me, and have grown into better people today. I've seen it with my eyes, and I don't like to use the word fat, I say obese now, because a lot of people find the word fat offensive, but I'm not the type of individual you will come to be sweet-talked to get to lose weight. I am very frank. So a lot of people in Trinidad or generally might like to water down the truth to not offend someone. But I'm the type to make sure and say, here what? If you really want to make the difference and you really want to change, this is what it takes. How bad do you want this? And if you want it bad, I will meet you halfway, because let's be honest, training is just 20%. What you do when you leave the gym will interpret how you look, because I don't see what you're doing home. So I always say, how bad you want this, how hard you're willing to work, I with you all the way. So if you give me time, I will give you their time, and we'll get this together as a team.
And that is the story of Trini Inspiration. Trini Inspiration is a weekly story of how everyday people are doing inspiring things, firstly for themselves and for their own goals, their own motivations, but it redounds toward the benefit of wider Trinidad and Tobago. These are everyday people in their respective fields and spheres, today focusing on fitness and the power couple that is Reshma and Imran, but really zoning in on the inspiration that they are providing, not just to themselves and through their marriage, but also to others through their transformational work with all of their clients as well. And the inspiration is not just for their clients, but shared with you here today, so that, as Imran said, if you're willing to do the work, if you want it just as badly, whether it's in fitness or in any other aspect or facet of life, if you are willing to do the work behind closed doors and when nobody else is watching, that goal, that success will be yours. And as Reshma said earlier on as well, don't think that because you're from a small twin island republic of Trinidad and Tobago that you can't compete with the rest of the world and outshine the rest of the world. We don't just have Keyshawn Walcotts and Wendy Fitzwilliams and Brian Laras. We have people like Reshma and people in so many other in other fields who are excelling on the global scale. Don't let our small size fool you or trick you into believing or disbelieving in the power of the red, white, and black of Trinidad and Tobago. Reshma, Imran, I want to thank you guys sincerely for joining us on the show today. Where can I find you on social media?
Well, on Instagram it will be Body by Imran. My wife, Reshma _lifestyle. On Facebook, Imran Razak. So those are the two pages, but there is a Body by Imran page on Facebook also. So those are the two places, and you can even get me at my contact info is also there, 387-1050.
All right.
Yes.
All right, Reshma, any words in closing?
Oh, thank you so much for having us. This was like unbelievable. bringing us back to memory lane.
Yeah.
I always get emotional for these interviews because it's like so far back you take us from 2011 to Stalker days.
Well, I am super glad that you shared this story,
Yeah.
but I am also extremely glad that this story culminated with the both of you getting married, because that's the only way we could look back on it now, and it's a cute story. Because the way he described that he was stalking you at the start, he should have been in jail.
And then he went and filmed up in the gym.
It is on that note that we are going to end, because as was the case with that video where many thought that it was getting too personal, I don't want her to reciprocate and pay him any favors on our live cameras as well. So thank you very much for joining us on today's edition of Trini Inspiration. This brings episode 13 and our first season of the series to an end. So thank you again, and thank you for your love and support over the course of the last 13 episodes. God willing, till next Monday, bye bye for now, and God bless.